right here at NBTV, the Rainbow Push Coalition, honoring, of course, none other than Reverend Jesse Jackson, one who has put in over 50 years of work in the civil rights movement, and still today he's fighting to bring about change for all Americans.
Welcome back to the Detour. I am Maria Lee Driver. I would like to introduce you to my first guest, Stanley Everidge Jr. He is the president and founder of the NBTV1, National Black Television. It's an internet TV network that helps African Americans, young people, historically black colleges and universities to strive towards excellence. Stanley, thank you for joining me. You flew all the way here today from Atlanta. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. What does that stand for? NBTV. What is that?
National Black Television.
And?
I mean, basically, you know, it's to help improve the quality of life of African Americans, working together with all nationalities to make the world a better place to live.
How did NBTV get started?
Basically, you know, it's a type of network that was started within the African American community as it relates to HBCU sports. I've seen that there was a lot of activities that was going on in the black college sports environment that lacked exposure. And I wanted to put black colleges in position to get national recognition as it relates to some of the activities that was going on during some of those experiences. I thought it was important that that information was able to get transmitted out to the masses.
So where do your subscribers come from?
Basically, I mean, you know, the urban community. I mean, where we're at, you know, we began doing a lot of our broadcasting initiatives in terms of taping as it relates to radio and video in Louisiana, to be honest with you. Every year there's a huge classic called the Bayou Classic, which is a nationally televised game, but that is the only nationally televised game within all of black college sports. And we started to cover some of the events that NBC, who broadcasts the game, don't touch on. And people was like, you need to keep doing that.
Wow.
I didn't know all of that kind of stuff went on as it relates to that particular classic. So it's a two-day event. It's a Friday and a Saturday night event. The Friday night is a Battle of the Bands. Of course, the Saturday is the game. And it's broadcasted on NBC, but there's so many other initiatives going on, stepping and all of the fraternities and so much positivity as it relates to African Americans that I felt that our country should be exposed to. And once we started broadcasting, the people was like, we need to keep doing that. And we started back in 07, 06, and we've been doing it ever since.
You know what? You deal with a lot of HBCUs.
Absolutely.
Which my daughter graduated from Spelman.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
And now she's in Georgetown University studying law. Her biggest goal is to be a Supreme Court justice. So when you decided to get in with the HBCUs, tell everyone, you went to Grambling University. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience there? Because you was in the marching band,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And guess what? It's in Louisiana. My mom's name is Louisiana.
Oh,
yes.
it's amazing.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you know, it started there over 20 years ago, of course, back in 1992. And that was the first time I had an opportunity to be a part of that type of environment. Being in the urban community, I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, of course. And we don't have any major HBCUs. Of course, there are HBCUs in the city, but not a major HBCU, which Grambling is one of. But it's in northern Louisiana, about 5 hours away from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I never had that experience. And once I got it, man, it was like none other. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, this is unbelievable. I mean, so many successful black people that many folks around the country would never believe, you know, go to these different schools. Some of the most intelligent people in our country are graduates of these HBCUs, so it was a great experience.
You know what, Stanley? We have a clip.
You being one of course, the HBCU world, leading, of course, presidents of one of the most illustrious institutions in all of HBCUs. How does it feel about representing such a great institution in the educational arena and seeing to it from a technology standpoint that this particular institution continues to thrive in the 21st century?
Well, I think we feel very good. First of all, we remain true to our mission. We've not altered or changed our mission. If anything, we are enhancing it every day. So our enrollment's increasing, our programs are accredited, people are working together as a team, students are doing what they're supposed to do, and faculty members are teaching and conducting research, and everybody's up.
So share with us some of the notable interviews that you've had. Tell us a little bit about the people you already been out there and the celebrities.
Well, I mean, we've done some work with, of course, the great Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Great.
Every year we've been doing the Rainbow Push Awards for the last 2 years. We've also done work with, of course, Steve Harvey. We've done a lot of work with him as well. We've done work with several other HBCU presidents and universities to help strengthen the enrollment of those institutions, to see to it that people from around the country can experience such a great experience and get a quality education.
So, Stanley, how can we find you? Tell us a little bit how you can actually come in and tell us. How can we locate you? I want all my viewers to be able to see NBTV1. Tell us how.
Well, it's simple. I mean, NBTV is the network, of course, National Black Television. Feel free, of course, to visit www.nbtv1.com. That's the number one, that is. And if your viewers are interested in subscribing to the network, of course, that's where they would go. Be sure to go to www.nbtv1.com.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.